Well, hey, Pipers, welcome back to the Bass Piper channel, YouTube, and Rumble. And today I want to come on, guys. One, let me just give you a quick update on my mom. Mom is still hanging on. Mama was supposed to be gone last weekend, not this past one, last weekend. I went to see Mama today. She's going on today 11 days. No food, no water. She's in comfort care. Her vitals when I left her yesterday was oxygen was 97 and her pulse was 102 to about 100. But Mama is starting to fade. Her eyes were more fixed yesterday, and she wasn't responding much at all yesterday. Very shallow breathing, but still hanging in there, guys. Keep praying and praying for us. I tell you, I've learned one thing from this experience. And being a pastor, I've seen this with people over and over again, but until it hits home with you, it's a different ball game. But believe me, you're better off to lose your loved ones all of a sudden. Or as they say, you just drop, than to linger on. I feel like I've told my mom goodbye at least 16 times. And she's still there. Now, I told Mom last week, I said, Mom, I got a birthday coming up. So, the bet is on between me and my wife that my mama is going to hang on until my birthday, which is tomorrow, the 26th. I turned 61, and I said, oh my lands, I hope she don't go on my birthday, of all things. God, if you're going to take her, at least get her past my birthday and go after my birthday or something. But Mama is still hanging on. She's going to go in the World Guinness Book of Records, I guess. I don't know. But thank you for your prayers, guys and gals. Keep praying. We're down to hours, but we just don't know the hour God is going to call her home. And Mama could be hanging on for that. I don't know. For my birthday. I don't know. But anyway, my video today is going to be more. Let me get this out the way. I'm smoking my Boswell Rhodesian, and in it, this is a 9mm filter that JM commissioned for me, so to speak. I had it made. The one he had on his website on Monday nights was a regular non-filter. He made this into a 9mm filter for me. Same shape, same design, and just a bigger the bigger tenon and mortise in this area to hold and the stem to hold the filter. But in it, I've got some Sutliff Sunset rum. So smoking some Sunset rum that's a little moist and might require a few relights. But this is a VR to Chad Yardism's question. I think it's number 12. I believe I saw it this morning. And he wanted to know, the question was, how much money is too much? Well, that first depends on who you ask. But in Bass Piper's belly opinion, enough money. How much money is enough money? You've got enough money to where if you've got so much money that you've got to hide it, you've got to invest it, you've got to do whatever you can to keep from paying more taxes on it. You got enough to take care of the next couple of generations after you're gone. That's plenty of money. In fact, just ask Bill Gates. back around 2000 some, early 2000s or whatever. Well, I won't put a year on it, but I do know when he was asked, when he was worth $50 billion, Mr. Gates, what do you see for your company and what do you want to do in the next year, next 5 years? Make more money. About a year and a half ago, Bill Gates got an interview. This is when he was worth $94 billion. You know what Bill Gates' answer was? No man needs this kind of money. You know, I guess it's a matter of how much greed you have in you. The sinful G word, greed. The Bible says money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Not having money, making money an idol over God. When you put money first in your life. That so many people fall into. Ask the musicians and the Hollywood actors and actresses that are committing suicide and overdosing and killing themselves. How much is enough? They're not happy. You got multimillionaires marrying multimillionaires, having multimillionaire babies. Because the babies are born into multimillionairism. Spoiled brats. Don't have to work a lick. As soon as the doctor did, wah! Instant millionaire. Instant billionaire. How much is enough? Well, I guess that goes into asking whoever you're asking, what's enough for them? And this is the question. Base Piper's belly button opinion. It's not how much you have. It's how you manage what you got. You ask some people $5 million. Another person say $1 million. Another person will say, well, whatever that number is, just so I can live comfortable. Well, what is comfortable? Well, it depends on who you ask. Now, for me and Miss Base Piper, we won't be millionaires. But God has blessed us throughout our marriage, throughout our life. We ain't missed a meal. And by looking at Base Piper, you could probably tell that. By the way, my new dieting or way of eating has kind of gone on hold for a little while. Simply because of the stress load I've had here lately with mom and dad, and especially with mom. It's hard to eat right when you're under this kind of stress. But God's taking care of us. We've never been wealthy people, so I don't know what to say how much is enough. God is provided, and He'll provide the rest of the way for me and Miss Bass Piper. I'm not trying to give you too much TMI about my life. For the young bucks out there, that I'm old enough now to be your father, and some of them your grandfather. My wife and I turn 61 tomorrow. This coming Sunday, my wife and I will be married 40 years. 40 years of marriage. Just last year, 38 years of marriage. Combined salary. We finally went over 100,000 a year. Gross salary, not bring home. Gross. It's not what you got, it's how you manage it. We've never lived lavishly. We never went out. Not to say we haven't bought some extra things and little things that we really need. Now, everybody does that. But we're still driving around in a 10-year-old Honda and a 21-year-old Dodge 2001 1500 pickup. It's all in what you want in life, guys. It's what makes you happy. For some, it's materialism. Now, I know we all have our hobbies. Bass Piper's got his, along with a lot of y'all's. We talk about pad and tad disease. I've accumulated a watch collection over the years. Do I need 21 watches? No, the same as I don't need 70 pipes. Yeah. Does my wife need, a corral of shoes and think. But we don't go and spend on a lot of mess we don't need. I don't need to be driving the fanciest Beamer or Maserati. I don't need the biggest jacked up 4x4 Chevy with $10,000 worth of tires and rims on it. So how much is enough? Now that just depends on the individual, I guess. And the lifestyle you're wanting to live or keep up with the Joneses and the Smiths. According to Bill Gates, he's now worth over 100 and some billion. When he was at 94 billion, he said, no man needed that kind of money. I made mention of him in a few videos back. I could have told him that when he was worth 50 billion. I could have told him that when he was worth 10 billion. I think the answer to it all is where you can live comfortable and within your means. Because here's the thing. It don't matter how much you have. You can't take it with you when you go. My 96-year-old mother's laying in the hospital dying. We sold their house. We got what we wanted of the material things. The rest of it went in the dumpster. That's where their possessions ended up. They weren't big spenders either. my 70 some pipes, or ever how many I have when I pass away, will be left right here. And my son might take a few of them. Maybe my grandboys might get a few for remembrance. But the rest of them probably end up in the trash. All the tobacco thrown out. So it's just a matter of what you want in life, guys. What makes you happy? Because for some, no amount of money will ever be enough. You know? It's a matter, I guess, of what kind of check have you got on your greed in life. But for everybody, it's a different story. So that's my answer to the question, how much is enough? Well, it depends on how greedy you are. And how many toys and bells and whistles you want in life. As Bass Piper gets older, I'm starting to look at the fact of becoming a minimalist. All the junk that I've accumulated over the years, it's just in the way. You know? How many TVs do you need in your home? How many shoes do you need? How many suits do you need? How many cars do you need? How many golf carts do you need? How many pipes do we need? You know. A lot of us would have plenty of money if we just stop buying stuff we don't need. And I'm guilty. So I think the answer to it all is it's not how much, but how you manage it. Several years ago, I worked at a store for part-time for Christmas. 18 minutes already, guys. Look at that. I had a doctor come in. Back in the day, and I'm talking about the 90s, y'all remember? You all remember when I got a phone call coming in? I don't know if that's the hospital or not. I may have to cut this short, guys, but y'all remember the big screen TVs, the big box TVs that had the 3 big bulbs in the back, the different colors that projected in the back and all that? Well, I worked for a company called Circuit City. Some of y'all may remember Circuit City. I don't know if they've totally gone out of business, but they went out of business around here in Virginia. Doctor came in, filled out an application to buy a TV. Super Bowl weekend was coming up. TV he wanted was $2,600 at the time. Now I'm talking about back in the 90s. "20 minutes later, disapproved. I looked on his application. The man back then made $16,000 a month. I could go buy that TV and pay cash for it then. He's a doctor that couldn't get enough credit to buy a TV. You know why? His lavish lifestyle. The house he put down he was in how much, different things that were going on for the credit application he had to fill out. Guy was in debt up to his neck, man, past his neck. Couldn't buy a $2,600 TV. It's all on how you manage it, guys. Now, granted, if you're just starting out and you got making, small money, you can only do but so much with it. But for the most part, most of us that have worked the years and have gotten decent paying jobs, it may not be the biggest, but it's all on how you work your money, save it, manage it, and what you spend it on. So anyway, I'm going to run with that. 21 minutes. I got to find out what this phone call was. It might be about Mom. I don't know. But anyway, Chad, that was a good question, buddy. I was glad I was able to be a part of that. I haven't been able to do a lot of them and keep up with them, but when I do catch them, I'll try to do some of them. But that's Bass Piper's belly button take on that, with how much is enough. Like I said, it's not a matter of how much, it's how you manage what you got. Because for everybody, it's going to be a different dollar value. So with that, guys, hey, relax, have a pipe, and don't forget the many blessings of God in your life. We'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.